What's going on, people? Welcome back to Graffiti Tutorials. In this one I'm going to be filming myself doing a commission painting onto a wooden panel, but I think it's also a good way for you to see some of my techniques and also how you can paint at home during this time of lockdown because of all this coronavirus stuff. If you're watching this video in the future, I hope that this is all over by now and that we can go out painting walls again, but for now we're going to have to paint on wooden panels and just whatever we can get our hands on to be able to practice still while we're at home and keep having fun. Anyway, let's get into it. Right, so what I have here is a 2 foot by 4 foot slice of MDF wood. I've primed it up with some acrylic primer, and then now I'm going to give it a light sand just to get off any little bits that have got stuck to it and that, because I want it to be nice and smooth. Obviously this isn't something that you have to do, but this is a commission, so I want to make sure everything is like perfect for the client. So after I've sanded it down, I've just got this dusting brush and I'm just giving it a dust off just to get off any like particles that are on there so that the paint can stick properly. And then after that I've just sketched out the kid's name onto the panel just so that I know that it fits on there, and then I'll go around this after with actual graffiti letters. This is so that I can make sure that obviously the name fits on there and I don't get to the end of the panel and I can't fit one of the letters on. Right, so I'm just sketching out these letters, just freestyling them. You could obviously do a sketch if you wanted to, but I'm confident enough just to freestyle the letters because I'm so used to doing these. And now I'm just adding on the 3D, I'm just taking it all down to like a point in the middle there. If you need a bit of a guide, then you could make a mark at the bottom of the wood and just follow all of your 3D towards that direction. Okay, so now it's time to start filling in the letters. I'm doing a blend from blue to red, so I'm using 4 shades of colour. I'm using like a darker blue, and then a light blue, and then a light red, which is almost like a pinky shade, and then just an ordinary red, just so that it's a smoother blend. If you're a beginner, then I recommend that you just do like a 2 colour blend, and the reason for that is because when you've got like loads of different colours blending like across the piece, and then you do your outline, and if you mess a bit up and you need to repair it, then you have to just blend all of the colours back together near enough. Whereas if you've just got like 1 or 2 colours, you can just get the colour and then just cut back over the outline with that. So when you're doing a colour blend on this smaller scale, there's going to be like a bit of overspray like around the edges and stuff. So after, I'm just going to come back on with the white background and just like cut around it again, get rid of all the overspray so that the background is nice and white again. Right, so I'm going to start doing that outline. Like I said, doesn't matter if you don't get it perfect first time because you can always come back and fix it. So just don't panic if you mess a bit up. the best way to do an outline as well is like actually standing up, so you can move your legs a bit and that. Like I'm actually sitting down here, which is going to make it even harder, but I don't really have anywhere that I can prop this up so that I can stand up and paint it, so I've just got to deal with it and do the best I can. Right, so that's the outline and 3D mainly done. Obviously, like I said, I scratched it a little bit here with the paint. Like there's little bits and pieces to clean up, but no need to panic or anything. It can all just be cleaned up later on. You're better off just leaving this 5 minutes now to dry before you do start doing that. Yeah, anyone that's familiar with using spray paint will know how hard it is to paint letters this small. Like if the letters are like twice as big as this, it would have been a lot easier to do, but it's hard working small. So if you can get like a bigger board or whatever to practice on, then that's another recommendation as well. And clean these little bits up. So I'm just gonna go around cleaning everything up now and just get it to like a nice standard, and then leave it to dry, and then we can do the doodling part in the background and the highlights and stuff like that. The artwork is all finished now. It took me ages to do the doodling part because it takes ages to think of all the different ideas to put on there, but I think it looks great. I also added a drop shadow as well with some transparent black just to make the name pop out a little bit more. So let's take a look at the finished piece.